I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, and how he was acting, being that, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, we was all cool at one point in time. And
now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight.
24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud.
Broadcast for Jake and Tyson, and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
You don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero, after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say? Well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
You look at Floyd's record, right? Floyd's legacy is 50-0, 24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford, but both of their best wins are Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was a younger, greener Canelo when Floyd beat him. Bud beat an older, slower, but more seasoned Canelo. Now, Bud's not going to surpass Floyd because of the record. He's not going to make 50. Bud has to separate himself. What he has to do is do something that Floyd didn't do. Take on the challenges that people are scared for you to take. Just that's what separates Leonard and Duran from the rest. If Bud Crawford beats David Benavidez, he will surpass Floyd Mayweather as far as on the all-time list. As of right now, if Bud Crawford retires, I would have him somewhere around the top 5, top 7.
There's no way. Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But it is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
In a live interview, Terence Crawford spoke with unmistakable confidence, directly addressing Floyd Mayweather and his own place in boxing history. He declared that Floyd's time at the top has already passed, insisting that this is now his era. Crawford stressed that Mayweather's reign has ended, and the spotlight should be on him as the current face of the sport. Speaking with conviction, he positioned himself as the fighter carrying boxing forward for today's generation. Floyd Mayweather reminded fans that he had already schooled Canelo Alvarez when he himself was the older fighter, using it as proof of his superior skill and experience. He argued that Terence Crawford's win over Canelo should not automatically be treated as a monumental accomplishment, since both of their defining victories came against the same opponent. For Floyd, this underscores that his victory remains the greater achievement and that Crawford's triumph, while impressive, does not elevate him above Mayweather's legacy. Some analysts argue that Terence Crawford still cannot be compared to Floyd Mayweather because he hasn't matched the flawless 50-0 record that Floyd proudly holds. They believe that to truly surpass Mayweather's legacy, Crawford must do more than defeat elite names like Canelo Alvarez. One of the most common suggestions is for Crawford to move up in weight and face David Benavidez, a dangerous, physically imposing fighter. Beating Benavidez would not only underline Crawford's fearlessness, but also show he can conquer one of the toughest challenges in boxing today. Without such a win, these experts say Crawford may never be remembered on the same level as Mayweather despite his extraordinary accomplishments so far. Interview 4, trainer Robert Garcia offers a contrasting perspective on the Crawford-Benavidez debate. He believes Terence Crawford is unlikely to risk his legacy by taking on such a massive challenge. In Garcia's view, Crawford is a highly intelligent fighter who knows how to secure his place in history without stepping into unnecessary danger. Benavidez represents a major size advantage and a serious threat that could potentially end Crawford's unbeaten streak. For Garcia, the risk far outweighs the reward since Crawford already owns an elite resume and doesn't need to prove himself against someone well outside his natural division. This stance underscores the ongoing tension in boxing between taking legacy-defining risks and preserving a nearly perfect career.
Canelo knocks him out in the first half of the fight because he couldn't handle the power. And obviously that proved not to be, or to be the case, that Crawford could definitely handle the power. Were you surprised that, it didn't look like, maybe once or twice looked like maybe Crawford felt it, but never in any kind of real trouble?
Yeah, I don't think that Canelo really hit him. I mean, he hit him a couple times clean, but I mean, Crawford, Crawford's a big guy too. Crawford took it like it was nothing. I mean, he hit Canelo a few times. I mean, and Canelo took it as well. So I mean, basically, at the end of the day, I mean, they both took decent shots from each other, but Crawford just didn't get hit as much as Canelo did.
Do you think that was a case of you can't Canelo's a guy that's not out there throwing huge combinations, that he's more of a punch at a time kind of guy, and that's not going to work against someone as slick and talented as Bud Crawford?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, basically, Canelo was looking for just one big shot, trying to land a big shot on Crawford, but Crawford wasn't having it. And Crawford at times would say, I guess he would say to himself, I need to, do a little more work. And it seemed like he just did that, and he would let his hands go.
Jeff Mayweather, the uncle of Floyd, shared his view that Jeff echoed a sentiment heard across parts of the boxing community. While Terence Crawford clearly outboxed Canelo Alvarez, it shouldn't automatically be seen as the ultimate measuring stick. He emphasized that Canelo was not the same fighter he once was. His punches lacked the sharpness, timing, and power of his prime years. Jeff pointed out that before this fight, many doubted Crawford's resume and criticized his level of competition, and even after defeating Canelo, some still downplay his achievement. According to Jeff, the victory was impressive but must be measured in context. Because Canelo was no longer at his absolute peak, the win doesn't automatically elevate Crawford beyond all criticism.
Is Floyd Mayweather top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5. He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further,
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was
Manny
not on his
Pacquiao,
level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And is Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in the boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
I agree.
All right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We to find out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them best two names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was obviously equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James.
Roy Jones Jr. argued that, aside from beating Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather did not regularly fight the very best of his era at their absolute peak, questioning how he is labeled the greatest when so many of his wins came against fighters who were smaller, older, or past their best years. He said that while Mayweather's 50-0 record is historic, the timing and context of his opponents leave room for debate, especially compared to Terence Crawford's willingness to fight dangerous opponents across multiple weight divisions. For Jones, this makes Crawford's daring style and risk-taking resume a more compelling case for greatness than Mayweather's carefully managed perfection.
Versus Floyd Mayweather Jr., who wins this fight? I'm going with Terence Crawford, and I don't think that's unpopular or crazy to say. I think most people will agree with me. I understand Floyd Mayweather has a lot of fans out there, but the truth is, as great as Floyd Mayweather is, Terence Crawford is one of one. And I say that because who else has knockout power in both hands, is able to switch stances between orthodox and southpaw so seamlessly while having great footwork? It's not like Terence Crawford is some stationary target or a flat-footed fighter that's going to be chasing Floyd around. Terence Crawford knows how to cut the ring off. He has tremendous ring IQ. And not only is he a great boxer, but he's a great fighter. He'll be able to make it dirty. If he is on the inside with Floyd, that power will carry him far. And I just don't see how Floyd will be able to beat a Terence Crawford. I really don't see it. I understand Floyd's defense is incredible, but he is smaller than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford would have a significant reach advantage on Floyd Mayweather. I believe Terence Crawford would also be taller than Floyd Mayweather, as well as all the skillful and technical aspects of what I just laid out prior. So I don't understand how anybody could pick Floyd Mayweather to beat Terence Crawford. Styles make fights, and I believe Terence has the style to beat one Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.
A separate analyst stressed the gap between fame and pure skill, acknowledging Floyd Mayweather's unmatched global fan base built on his undefeated streak and record-breaking pay-per-view numbers. Yet when judging talent alone, he argued Terence Crawford could surpass Floyd because of his natural southpaw gifts and rare ability to switch stances seamlessly mid-fight, adapting to any opponent. This adaptability and versatility, the analyst said, give Crawford a technical edge many believe even Mayweather never had. The debate, he concluded, reflects a larger question in boxing. Should greatness be defined by worldwide fame and numbers, or by raw skill and adaptability inside the ring?
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Former world champion Shane Mosley drew a clear comparison between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, stressing that Crawford's natural size gives him an edge Floyd never possessed. As a naturally bigger fighter, Crawford can compete across more weight divisions while maintaining both power and strength. Mosley pointed out that while Mayweather was brilliant at defense and timing, Crawford's physical advantages allow him to dominate opponents in ways Floyd could not. For Mosley, This makes direct comparisons between the two unfair, since Crawford's frame and natural build open doors Mayweather never had.